at best, where it is. But what has God said? Let us see that. The verse that she has referred is, it deals with Wallati takhafuna nushuzahunna. Now let me translate translate the verse instead of reading. And as for those on whose part you fear disobedience, admonish them and leave them alone in their beds. First stage is admonish, then leave them alone in their beds. This is an emotional punishment. A husband leaves the wife alone in her bed. That is enough for the wife to understand that my behavior is not quite acceptable. So leave them alone in their beds and chastise them. The final thing is chastise them. Now, what is chastise them? About this, I have some references here. The famous book of Hadith, according to Abu Dawud and Nasai, these are two famous collections of Hadith. Abu Dawud and Nasai, the Holy Prophet, forbade the beating of women at all. That is the starting point. Holy Prophet did not permit the beating of women. Forbade the beating of women at all, but when Umar complained that they had become refractory, he gave permission with the aforementioned condition. So this is an exception. When they became refractory, Holy Prophet said, don't do that. First advise them, then give them emotional shocks, and then you may strike them. Now this is the exceptional punishment, not the rule. This is an exception, not the rule. Then again, but on complaint of ill treatment, when women came to the Holy Prophet about the ill treatment of their husband, but on complaints of ill treatment of women by their husbands, he indignantly said that the husbands who beat their wives were not the best amongst men. Holy Prophet did not like it. So this permission is exceptional, and as I said, it depends with the sensitivities of the stage of civilization where we live. In our society, it may appear very odd, but it may be very necessary under certain circumstances. Then, on another occasion, the Holy Prophet, now this is the final, on another occasion, the Holy Prophet said, the best among you is he who treats his wife best, and I am the best of you in this respect. The Holy Prophet never, ever raised his hand against him. And he said, so any Muslim, a good Muslim who wants to follow the Sunnah, who loves Holy Prophet, about whom we have said, follow him, follow his footsteps, step by step. At every step we follow the Holy Prophet. We are required to do that. If we do that, we will never raise our hands against a woman. But that exceptional punishment, if God has preserved it in the Holy Quran, please be sure there is some wisdom in it. And there may be a stage of civilization where it may not be so odd as it appears to the sensitivities of our age. Thank you.
Jazakumullah, gentlemen, for that. And ultimately, I suppose from Sarah, we had the living life and example of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who Muslims around the world, whatever community they belong to, regard as the ultimate example of human, moral, and indeed spiritual being. And that is the example to be followed. And Mujib Saab has very eloquently summed up the approach the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had towards his own wives, indeed to women in society. The equality that Islam instilled for women is well documented, and I think it's too often the critics of Islam should look at the equalities that Islam presented. Gentlemen, thank you very much, and we'll move on to our next question. It's a bit of a change of theme now, Mujib Saab and Dr. Saab. We're going to go to Pakistan now, but the question itself comes from Germany, so it's a nice sort of international flavour to it. It comes from Abdul Razak Saab. Jazakallah, Abdul Razak Saab, for your question. He extends a warm assalamu alaikum to the whole panel. He's enjoying the programme, and we're glad to hear, Razak Saab, you're doing just that. Keep on watching and keep on sending in your questions. His question refers to Pakistan and its establishment, and he talks about the Hindu-Muslim divide back in the 1940s. There was a view at that time that Hindus and Muslims, in his question he puts down, could not live together peacefully. And so separatist movements emerged, and Pakistan sprung forth as an independent Muslim country. However, he suggests that this is not the ideology of the founder of Pakistan, the respected Muhammad Ali Jinnah Sahib, He said in his address of the 11th of August 1947, when Pakistan was established, and quotes, "You are free. You are free to go to your temples. You are free to go to your mosques or to any other places of worship in the state of Pakistan. You may belong to any religion or caste or creed. That has nothing to do with the business of state." His question that follows is, what then led to the fundamentalist surge we see today and the bloody history of, indeed, persecution in Pakistan, and gives specific reference to the Ahmadiyya community? Mujib Saab, if I could start with you on that.
Yeah. In this speech of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah is the mindset of the founding fathers of Pakistan. The founding fathers of India, Pakistan, and later of Bangladesh, in this subcontinent, the founding fathers of these three countries had a secular vision of the state. Quaid-e-Azam's this speech is very clear. How this perception got changed, how we drifted away from that process, we have to go through history of India, history of the subcontinent, history of the Muslims as a nation, to find out what the real cause is. Though the founding fathers were of secular vision, there was always